board says, all about the money and all about the future, and not just about my fabulous topic, of course. About the money. We face multiple crises, of which the economic crisis is the most profound and right in front of us. As the Western world goes into ruins, the middle class of the Western world have been decimated. We have 10 to 20% unemployment in many countries of the world, over 20% in Spain. Some say the real rate of unemployment in America is over 20%. So let's talk about money, but also let's talk about the other crisis, peak oil. Much more profound than anyone says. Complete, blanket moronhood on behalf of all our leadership up till now. Let's be quite kind about it. Climate change has run away. Climate change is in our face. It's, along with peak oil affecting the price of food for so many people in the world, and hardship here in New Zealand, rampant inflation. Here in New Zealand we've been protected a lot compared to people in the rest of the Western world from the full outflow of 2008, which was only just the beginning of the world's worst major economic depression. We have been happy little hobbits here, sitting here, quite protected in the middle of the road, but a big Kenworth truck is coming, as it always has been, full of global corporations, fueled by speculation, and the cab of that Kenworth is filled with investment bankers. And as they go right over the happy little hobbits, they will say, "See," as we stare into those brighter lights, "see, that's your brighter future." But we don't have to take that. Let's let the investment bankers run their Kenworth over a cliff, and let's get organised and face the future as we must. For the past 30 years, we've been force-fed neoliberal free market economics. We were told to dismantle our sovereign laws and our democratic process so we could allow the most efficient mechanism to provide for the planet the Wall Street-based system, which has proved itself a complete and utter failure in 2008. Now, we face this crisis as we look into the future, and there is no planning, there is no plan B planning on anybody's path behind it. Thank goodness the Greens do actually have solid platforms for that. I mean, a vote for National is a vote for death and disease, because, it doesn't matter how much cancer comes up. If it's good for the economy, that's okay. If companies create toxic chemicals, that's okay. If they create pollution, that's okay. They can get away with it. They can buy a democratic process. They can manipulate our economy. A vote for Labour is a vote for planetary death with a bit of socialist tonus thrown in. I'd rather have them than not. I'm a keen fan of the small parties. The Green Party has got so much of it. I myself set up the New Zealand Environmental Business Network back in the 90s to become a sustainable business network, and preached all the platform of sound green economic thinking, and it's the pro-business approach which the Greens have now taken up. So I'm very pleased to see that. Just the same as I was ahead of time on that, I'm ahead of time and have been, but now the time is coming to meet us with the need for relocalisation. We need to protect our sovereignty. We need to protect our borders from the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, those free trade deals which are just leave us bare and open to open slaughter of some of the greediest, most corrupt people on the planet. If you've seen Inside Job, you know that investment bankers have been proven to be the most corrupt people on the planet, the most damaging to our global economy, and have brought us to this situation.
Yeah.
So, thank goodness we don't have one running our country. Saturday we won't. All very well. Godspeed New Zealand. The new economic party is about radical taxation reform, and we need it. We need to start taxing resource use, unearned income. We need to start taxing financial transactions. We need to take the tax off production, labour and spending, because that's what we want. We need to look at how money is created. Money at the moment is created out of thin air by private banks, and that is what you think we should follow. We should borrow money off banks instead of creating our own money in New Zealand and interest-free. We paid $4 billion in interest last year. It makes us debt slaves, it makes us have no sovereignty, and it's a farce. But we're not just after sovereign debt, we're not just after reclaiming the government's right, which has been a battle over the past 200 years against the banks, because banks, most people don't get their head around this, money is created out of thin air. If I gave you a loan for 100, how long is that? Is that the end of it? If I go to loan for $100,000, there's just some figures typed on a computer, and you got 100 grand created out of thin air, pay me back at interest. That's how the money system works. It's true. Ask the Reserve Bank.
True.
Okay? Now, social credit got 20% of the vote, and they were right. And they got slammed. They got slammed by anyone who stands up against corporate cartels gets slammed. You know, like poor old Winnie, he stood up against a wine box and they all slammed Winnie, didn't they? You know, oh, Winnie's a piece of. He stood up and Labor and National did not. They gave us to those set of investment bankers they rich way. Now, the other thing is we need multiple currencies because we need the liquidity to fuel business in these hard times. Like the barter card, business-to-business credit systems, you need neighbourhood credit systems, you need regional dollars. You need multiple currencies. We can use these systems. They are the future. Multiple currencies allow the liquidity for social innovation, business